Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the vlog. It is January 8th. Today's going to be an old-fashioned vlog, just me talking to you, technically the camera, and in turn, the audience. Like I said, a little bit of a different pace today because I just kind of want to talk about some stuff that's going on, how I'm feeling about things that are going on, because there's a lot of kind of moving parts in my life right now. My move date is kind of set right now, and I'll talk a little bit more about that in the future because I'm still kind of coordinating these last minute things. But yeah, I'm moving. I'm transitioning to the States. I'm leaving home. And I kind of want to talk about what that means to me with these last couple weeks that I have left here in Okinawa, Japan. For those of you who don't know, I grew up here in Okinawa, Japan. I was literally born here because my father served 27 years in the Navy, so I was born overseas. And Japan has always been my home. Whether I spent 4 years in Iwakuni, I spent 12 plus years here in Okinawa, and I spent like a year and a half or 2 years in the States. So majority-wise, I've been in Japan, just, in general, a very, very long time. I've had the opportunity to meet amazing people and form a core group of friends who I still, am friends with today and in contact with today. And that in itself, especially in this environment, is something to be like really proud about because we're not used to that. We're used to seeing people get shuffled every year or 2 years. So needless to say, this is home to me. This is comfort. This is safety. This is security. This is family. This is friends. And to be leaving all of that is a mixed bag of emotions that's really just settling with me now because I've been talking about this for months. You can go back prior vlogs. I talked all about this. I talked about the 3-month date and the period, and I've been kind of neglecting it and all of that just because I thought I wasn't ready right away to leave. And now it's kind of this hard cutoff because here in Japan, when you're a dependent of somebody in the military or government, 21, after you hit 21, you are no longer dependent of them, and the only way to get your own SOFA status is one of two things, essentially. You, A, become a full-time student, and then you can still remain under a SOFA status, or 2, you get a SOFA job, which many of my friends have, and neither of those two things are incredibly hard to do. Mind you, I've never had an actual job, so that was never an option to me. I never went to college after high school because I had my businesses to run. So those two options, while they are options, are not the ones I'll be taking. I like to think of that as the easy route. I could do that and stay here and continue with my life for the years to come. But the third option being I move. I go somewhere else. I go to the States in this case. So in a couple weeks, I'll be going to Southern California first to see one of my sisters. From there, in early February, I will be going to NorCal, San Francisco specifically, to meet my elder sister and get a feel for that. Stay with her for a little bit, and then move into potentially an apartment that I have lined up right now. If not, I'll be looking at other venues and places that are, a possibility. And kind of just, making my roots there and starting again, personally, professionally. I'm leaving all that I know to be normal, to be, what I call home. And that in itself is very daunting and so many other words that I can't think of, while also being simultaneously like exciting and adventurous and new. But again, not having that safety and security net of family, friends, and what have you is still a big thing. Like, you're gonna have these great new opportunities, but at times, like, I'm gonna realize that I'm in this foreign environment at the same time. And not just personally speaking, but professionally. Like, you gotta understand, I built my business here in Okinawa, Japan, across the globe, across from the United States, on an opposite time zone. I built what I own and operate today as my full-time job, all from here in a room when I was 11 years old. And, success isn't predicated on your zip code. I did that all from here, like I said, working late nights to kind of, fall in line with the United States time zone. But I had my fair share of success here, and, it being a smaller environment in place, it was more recognized here, obviously. Like, I'm a big fish in a small pond. I'm not trying to brag here, but now that big fish becomes this tiny, tiny fish in this gigantic ocean that is San Francisco, because that's like a breeding ground for tech companies and whatnot. I become one of the million out there. And that is, again, a thing that is simultaneously, again, scary and at the same time like a new challenge for me to tackle. It's a new thing for me to break out of, because you got to understand, I don't like comfort. I don't like average. I don't like to settle. That's not who I am. One of the reasons I am choosing to leave here is because I've hit that point of comfort where I have really good job, a really good, the resources at my disposal and all of that to live a really good life from here on out. But I think entrepreneurship, I think my life in general has been predicated on this principle of risk. And that's what I got to do again here. I got to risk a lot for something that I think is potentially greater in the long run. That's how I started my businesses. That's how they started 10 years ago, and that's how they formed to what they are today, because I risked. And this is going to be a big risk for me. But it's one that I'm willing to take, and a journey that I'm willing to embark on, including all the obstacles and challenges along the way. And I'm, excited to take you guys along with me and kind of document that experience and what that means to me. It's not going to be all great, obviously. Like, it's going to be a hard one at that. It's going to be tough, but, if things were easy, then we would never really learn to appreciate them, I think. But yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at right now. It's this mixture of like a personal idea and the side of me, like leaving everything that I've known to kind of that has shaped me into who I am today as a human being, leaving that all behind for something that's new, and then tackling the professional aspect with it. Like, I'm not going to stop making content, of course, but the businesses that I own and operate today and the ventures that I work on are going to shift up. Some of them are going to close down. My responsibilities are going to change because I want to have this new singular focus on whatever it is I'm going to be working on next. So, again, that's like a huge shakeup for me. And it's like this look at everything that I've done the last 10 years has been to get to this point that I'm at now, and where some would say, like, hey, now you can kick back, relax, do this, do that. I want to kind of go all in, to use a poker metaphor, I guess, and hopefully in the process succeed at doing something new, making something valuable, and something that I'm proud of, and I hope helps in turn those around me. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's vlog. I just want to give you a kind of brief idea of where I'm at mentally. Yeah, 2016. It's gonna be crazy. I think that's the perfect way to end the vlog. So thanks a lot for watching. I'll catch you all in the next one.